What's me, Top Black Thunder here on the channel. Now we are doing a mini comparison between Pixelmon Generations and Pixelmon Reforged. Now, covering the exact differences between these two mods for Pixelmon, it's going to be a little difficult, but overall I just want to say that Pixelmon Reforged and Pixelmon Generations, while they have similar qualities, they're both relatively different. Make sure to subscribe for more Pixelmon Generations and Pixelmon Reforged comparisons, because I'm going to be comparing them, I guess, in depth later, but for now, I'm doing a general overview, okay? This is a general overview, and I would need to do a little bit more research on each mod to give you a specific opinion on which is different, which is similar. But for now, enjoy this little Pixelmon Generations to Pixelmon Reforged comparison. So this is the Pixelmon Generations starting screen. The way that this comparison is going to work is that I'm going to be going over Pixelmon Generations first, and then going over Pixelmon Reforged, comparing the two along the way from what I've experienced personally, because I've played both mods. Let's create a world in creative. Let's actually go and look at the starting screen. So this is the starting screen, and it's very simple, but also very, very neatly organized, I suppose. So Pixelmon Generations has a lot of design aspects to it. One thing that I'd like to mention is that when I was playing Pixelmon Reforged, the Pokemon centers were not nearly as good looking as these. I played both mods before in the past, but I will be honest with you guys, I haven't played these mods in a good bit. So a lot of stuff that I'm seeing is stuff that I'm seeing either for the first time, or stuff that I'm, I guess, just guessing or whatever about it. But the design aspects of this mod needs to be pointed out, because some of the features of this mod are just absolutely gorgeous looking, really. This is a Mega Boss. These Mega Bosses spawn all over your world. It's very similar to Reforge as well. However, the con about this is that these bosses don't spawn in a specific biome, meaning that these bosses here, the legendary bosses, they basically spawn wherever they feel like it, meaning that you would expect a Steelix to spawn in Shrine Hills, but instead it can spawn anywhere, from a plains to a forest to basically anywhere, yeah. And so that's the same for the Ampharos here, which is supposed to be spawning in the plains, if I recall, but it just spawns here, which it really shouldn't, but they don't have like a limit. That might be changed via the configs, but I'm not so sure. Also, there's this thing here. This actually piqued my interest, but it's a Pokestop. So these Pokestops, you can right click on them and it gives you a loot. Now, something that I'd like to mention is that this wasn't here when I was playing Pixelmon Generations, but it's such a unique concept, really, having Pokestops from Pokemon from Pokemon Go into Pokemon Generations, excuse me. So yeah. Also, I'd like to mention that I was talking about the design aspects, but I would like to point out that a lot of the textures and all that from Pokemon Generations are different from Pokemon Reforged. So I'm gonna Pokespawn a Gengar. Take a look at this Gengar. Look how cool this Gengar looks, alright guys? Anyways, so take a look at his face, and you see how this Gengar is, you know, just is, I guess? Keep in mind of how that Gengar looks, because in Pixelmon Reforged, I believe it looks mildly to vastly different. What doesn't look different are these things, the berry bushes. I believe they look the exact same, or if not similar. Then again, I would need to see the Reforged, because obviously I haven't played either mod for a while, so yeah. I haven't seen these new shrines, so this is the first time as well. And as you can see here, they need a little work. This is a Reggie Shrine for, I believe this is the Dragon type Reggie. I think that's a new Reggie. I forgot about the Reggie thing, but is there a Dragon type Reggie now? As you can see, I haven't played the new version of Pokemon either. Oh boy. Ooh, this Furfrou looks fancy. I haven't seen fancy Furfrous before. Usually Furfrous look like this, but this is a fancy one. Yeah, it's supposed to be upright, but yeah, clearly they're not. Anyways, so there's some Reggie shrines around here. These shrines usually spawn in a set location, such as the bird shrines, which spawns, you know, Stream Hills, Ice Hills, or Forest Hills, depending on what bird it is. some of the Pokemon that spawn around here, their spawn rates might be different, altered, or completely changed within the Pixelmon Reforged. For example, I think maybe Beware spawns in Dark Oak in Reforged. But then I could probably be wrong about Beware. I know that A/Slash is slightly different. Here's an Espeon Totem Boss. Any boss that isn't a legendary boss, I think they just call them Totem now. So there's that. Or sorry, any boss that isn't a Mega Evolve, excuse me. So yeah, any boss that isn't a Mega Evolve, I believe they call it Totem Bosses. Which before it wasn't like that. Before it was green, blue, red, yellow to represent their rarity. But yeah, those bosses can give you items and loot and all that for your adventures. I would also like to go through some of the blocks here because I noticed that the building, at least this is from obviously when I played Reforged back then, or Pixelmon Generation back then. Pixelmon Reforge has a lot more design aspects, like the Pokedolls. I don't think that Reforge has Pokedolls. Decoration is obviously there. Building blocks, there's a lot of them. Pokeloots, of course. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is in the other one as well. The valuable items, some of these are similar, some of these are different. Curry, I don't remember there being curry ingredients, but who knows. Obviously, it's a bunch of batches. There's utility blocks. I believe this is the same from the other one. These items over here, the items should relatively be the same, but the blocks, I think Pixelmon Generation is supposed to have more blocks. I believe that's what I saw last time. And one thing I want to mention is that Pixelmon Generations feels easier. What I mean is that these bosses spawn a lot more frequently in Pixelmon Generations than in Pixelmon Reforged. Alright, but there isn't really much I know that is different from this to that without actually seeing the Pixelmon Reforged. So I'm really just gathering up opinions about what I'm seeing. Here is a shrine for Zapdos? Is that a Zapdos shrine? That's interesting because it used to be Zapdos spawns in the Forest Hills. How peculiar. Alright, well, you learn something every day. So apparently Zapdos spawns here. Unless they don't have a set spawn like the Pokemon bosses that I was mentioning before. And all of these shrine areas come with chests, so make sure you loot that, of course. Oh my goodness, there's another freaking Totem Boss. Yeah, these bosses just spawn frequently, like very, very frequently. You can easily change this in the config, but overall, I just, me personally, I don't like it when they spawn that frequently. Also, there's these little ruins here and there that you can have a chance of fighting a Pokemon, which is right here. There's a Baltoy that will spawn once you enter its area, and it will immediately aggro onto you. So I find that really cool that there's bosses. Are you freaking? We just saw a Totem Boss, and now we're seeing another. Yeah, these bosses spawn a lot. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so these shrines don't have a set spawn either. Okay, well, you guys get the idea, right? You guys get the idea. I guess we'll move on to Pixelmon Reforged now. So let's go over to Pixelmon Reforged. Okay, looking at this, I forgot to mention one thing. Both mods have music. As you can hear, I'm hearing the music. Yeah, both mods have some sort of music in the background. So obviously you can turn that off if you want to, but it's a good thing to mention. Alright, so let's load up a creative world for Pixelmon Reforged. So this is how it feels to start up the Pixelmon Reforged. So let's pick Squirtle. Oh, what the frick? Oh, I just realized something. For some reason, I'm sorry, what? Jesus Christ, what? I'm going to take a look at that in just a second. So when you load up the Pixelmon Reforged Untitled Launcher, you have a hack within the technical launcher for Pixelmon called Game Shark, and it basically allows you the ability to locate any Pokemon that is of decent to rare value. This is a boss right here, a common boss Tauros. So there's that. Here is a boss common, Ponyta. So, yeah, they changed the boss system here as well. But there's a lot of like things to cover. Okay, give me a second. So there's actually quests in Pokemon Reforged. So if you like questing, there's some decorations here. They've actually added a lot more decorations than I last remembered. There might be even more decorations than Pixelmon Reforge Generations, but me personally, I like the Pixelmon Generations plushies and a lot of the other stuff that they have. Some of these icons look a little weird. They look a little meshed up, I guess. Badges look basically the same. TMs, HMs, they're basically the same. Utility blocks, the utility blocks are supposed to be the same. They kept a very similar look, I guess, to the original Pokemon mod. So I do really appreciate that. And I'm gonna spawn in the Gengar because I did tell you guys to remember the Gengar, right? So I'm gonna show you what the Gengar looks in here. Overall, they really kept a consistent feel with all the items, I guess. All the items can like have a consistent feel to it compared to the previous one. Okay, well the curry kind of just ruined it, but just a little bit. But yeah, it kept a consistent pixelated feel, I suppose. Okay, how do I disable this Game Shark thing? This Game Shark thing is annoying the crap out of me because you're not supposed to be hacking. Game Shark, disable. Okay, so I disabled Game Shark. So let's take a look at never mind. So let's take a look at the boss here. So there's actually these boss here. Start solo. So I'm actually fighting a boss. That's interesting. Oh, maybe I'll save the boss battles for later. Okay, so I actually forfeited it because I didn't want to fight it, but it blew up. So I guess those are like rare chances, I guess. And there's a lot of them around. Oh, look, there's another one there. Okay, whatever. This freaking Game Shark thing is pissing me off. No, stop it. Oh, what is this? An epic boss. So that's purple. Oh my god! Okay, so it's a good thing I found this Crystal Onyx. Basically, there's reskinned Pokemon in Pixelmon Reforge, and I really like the reskins of these Pixelmon in Reforged. This is a Crystal Onyx. I've actually had one of these before in a previous Pixelmon Reforged playthrough on my other channel, but yeah. Coming over to the Pokemon Centers, they're the old school Pokemon Centers from the original Pixelmon mod, but I prefer the newer one. The newer one just seems better in Pixelmon Generations. As you can see, you found a village. That's a quest, and I completed it apparently. So, place down a bed. This village, very quaint. The Pokemon Centers and all that, they're basically the retro Pokemon Centers. And they're okay. They're not bad. It's just, I personally prefer the newer one in Pixelmon Generations. Another one of these boss things. These really do appear frequently. Anyways, so I don't know if the other one has gyms around, but as you can see here, they have gyms in this one where there's a water gym here within this village. So you can go to village and you'll find gyms. I also like to mention that the mod, the Technic one, comes with, I think that's journey maps. And journey maps you can actually find, like, sorry, I keep getting distracted because I found this interesting structure that I haven't seen before, ever. Where was I? Oh yeah, so you can actually see the Pokemon on the map, which is a really cool but a little cheaty in some aspects. Does this have any importance? Oh, this is a boss. Or not really a boss, but like it spawns certain things within it. So it's very much like the Root Ones thing, but this one's a constant spawner. Now, in terms of gameplay experience, I feel like, at least when I played it, once again, when I played it, I felt like Reforged has more immersive gameplay. Oh, by the way, I keep on forgetting to Pokespawn the Gengar. I feel like in terms of the gameplay, Pixelmon Reforged for me suited my likings because it was not that easy, I guess. But Either way, I preferred Pixelmon Generations design qualities over Reforged, but the gameplay of me like playing around, doing quests and whatnot, that felt very, very good as well. So I focused on a Gengar. Look at this Gengar real quick. As you can see here, the textures are very, very different. This one has more of a realistic look to it, and I think that's the kind of look that Reforge is trying to like semi-push out. Not fully push out, but semi-push out, where there's a little bit more shadow, a bit more features, whereas Pixelmon Generations goes for a more simplistic look and more natural look to how it was before. This is actually a Zapdos Shrine, I think, so that's interesting. The Zapdos Shrine spawned on top of this Savannah Plateau. Also, I don't know if this is in Reforge as well, or if this is in Generations, but some of the Pokemon that spawned, or like some of the Pokemon in general, have a set requirement to spawn in. Like, I think one Pokemon requires the Desert Temple to spawn in naturally. Hang on a second, what's that on the map? Whoa. There's a pink Weedle here. Oh, this is one of the reskins. I believe this is an Orange Island Weedle. Ah, here it is. So this is an Orange Island Weedle, I believe. Or it's supposed to be themed off of the Orange Islands, because the whole, like, Beedrills ate, or like some Pokemon ate, like, berries and that turned them pink. These things spawn pretty frequently. We've seen a lot of these. But Pixelmon Generations has a lot of design qualities, a lot more immersive qualities. But Pixelmon Reforged has a little bit of a harder like difficulty when it comes to like leveling up and training Pokemon, along with unique gameplay aspects such as quest and all that. And if I were to like pick one over the other, if I was to have a Pokemon, I guess, series on whichever mod, God, it would be a very hard choice because I do like both of these mods, don't get me wrong. I might have to go with Generations just because of the amount of structures that it adds. But if I were to just make a series on battling people or like trying to do some quest or whatnot, or like, you know, I guess do something a bit more specific, I would probably go with Reforged. Because Reforged has a lot of gameplay qualities such as the quest and all that, and these things, which seem pretty interesting. Each mod has their qualities, just pick which one ever suits you, and yeah, that's all I can really say about it. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If you liked it, please like and subscribe, and subscribe. Remember to be a top, must be the top. All this, guys. Next video, take care and goodbye.